up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tiffany Michelle. For those who don't know me, I know I've been gone. I've been gone for a couple years. A video on that is coming soon. Just wait. But you guys saw the title, and it happened around Christmas, so why not make it a little festive video for you guys? Even though that day did bring me a lot of trauma, it did. But anything to share with you guys so you guys know that you are not alone. Everybody goes through a breakup. But without further ado, go grab your snacks, go grab your bestie, go grab whatever you need to grab, because we're about to get into the story time right now. So this story time dates back to, I want to say August of 2023, and I'll tell you why later. But when I found out, it happened December 22nd of 2023 or December 23rd. It was one of those days because it was really close, like 2 to 3 days away from Christmas, and I was contemplating where am I going to spend Christmas, because we'll get into all that. For those who don't know, I had a boyfriend I was dealing with for 2 and some odd years. Like, we were going to hit 3 years this past October in 2024, but we broke up. He had the intentions of breaking up with me in July, but he fully did come clean and honest with himself until August. But that's a whole different story. We're talking about December of 2023. So boom. It's December 1st of 2023, and I booked my trip out to Houston because that's where he stays, that's where he's from. And I plan to spend 30 days out in Houston with him and his family, and really just getting to spend time with him because I'm still currently in the military. He is now out of the military. He has all the days in the world, where mine are very much numbered leave days, for those who don't know. And so we're having a good time. We're going to see lights. We're doing this, we're doing that. We're going to get food. We're just all over Houston. He's taking me around the city because I've never been, and I'm having such a good time. Like, I seriously thought I was going to marry this man. Like, I loved him down. And so the conversation came into play where I was seriously going to move to Houston with him, and our lives were just gonna go up from there. And so one day around like December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, we were both sleeping, and it was the morning time. He was still knocked out, but I was on my way getting up. I was, starting my day all slow and everything. But I don't know why, I just got these sudden urge, like something in my head was like, check this man's phone. He's not doing anything. We already know he's not doing anything, but let's just see the women that try to get at him. Now, I made the mistake in the past of checking a man's phone, and if you go looking for it, you're gonna find it, babe. And so I vowed never to do it again. And I felt like I didn't have to with this guy because he just gave me it never gave like, oh, he was cheating on me, he was texting other women. Like, it never gave that. Like, I didn't have to worry about this man at all. Like, I knew he was for me, only had eyes for me, wasn't even thinking or talking about, never had to think about it. But something this morning was like, get up before he does and check that phone. So obviously I knew the password to his phone. He was rolled over, his face toward the wall, his back toward me. So I just simply grabbed his phone, turned over on my side to where now my back was facing his back, his face is facing the wall. And I'm just going through his phone. I will say I didn't do a thorough check. I went straight to his messages and went up and down his messages, and I didn't really see anything. I should have typed in that little text bar, that little search bar, like words love, baby, things like that, because I'm pretty sure if I would have, I definitely would have found more than I did. But stick with me. I go through his messages, don't find anything in his messages, and I go through his Instagram. I'm looking at his Instagram, normal people I see, and then there's this one girl that pops up, and I'm like, huh. So a little backstory. Back in August of 2023, right? Me and him are on the phone. Me and him are on the phone like we always are, talking, kiki, haha, rah, 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 rah. I noticed a girl out the blue follows me on Instagram. Now, when he was in the military, we were both stationed on the same ship, so I knew a lot of his friends. Well, I knew of his friends, and I knew familiar faces that hung around him. So I knew her face, but we never in life ever had a conversation, ever. So I just found it like a little, why did she follow me, like out the blue? And for context, like, he's Jamaican. So in the military, like, all the Jamaicans like to hang out close knit. And she was Jamaican. And so because she was Jamaican, she was attached to our ship, I just simply asked him, I was like, hey, do you know such and such? Let's call her Stacy. Oh, and I didn't even give him a name either. Let's call him Mark. So I asked Mark, I'm like, do you know Stacy? And I cannot lie, this man in the phone, clear as day, without hesitation, tells me no. I'm like, oh, that's weird. She just followed me on Instagram out the blue. Whatever. I guess she's a fan. Cool. I let it be what it was. If she wanted to follow me on Instagram, cool. I don't know you, but I hope you like my content. I hope you like scrolling on my page. I thought that's what it was. And every time I posted on my story, she'd be like one of the first 10 to watch it. No lie. Like, I posted 20 minutes ago, for sure I can bet you her name was in the top 10 every single time. And that to me was like, all right, what do you want? And I never would have thought it was my man she was dealing with. Now that that backstory is out the way, we're back to me checking his phone December 22nd of 2023. I'm looking and I see her name and I see they've been texting or DMing on Instagram. And so that already catches me for like a loop, because you said you didn't know this girl. Why are you lying? Can't stand when grown men lie, because why are you lying? You're grown. No one's gonna put hands on you, babe. No one's gonna give you a whooping. Say it with your chest. So yeah, so I see that they have messages, and obviously I click on them, and now I'm reading. I noticed that they stopped texting back in like late August, but you didn't say you knew this girl, period. I scroll up to their earliest messages and I'm reading. This man is entertaining shorty, right? Talking about sex, he don't get off quick anymore. He's making plans with her to go see a Rod Wave concert when he gets to Houston. Babe, a couple weeks ago, you just told me you didn't want to go to a Rod Wave concert because you don't like Rod Wave. So what are you doing? Yeah, this is the part that baffles me. She tells this man, or reminds this man, oh, don't you got a girlfriend? His response to her saying that, let me call you. What do y'all need to talk about? What is there to talk about? She just reminded you that you had a girlfriend, and now you on her cellular device doing all this rah, 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 rah. What did y'all talk about? It didn't make sense. It would never make sense how I would call him, and so many times he'd be on his phone. I'm on the phone with my cousin, da 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 da. Me and my cousin are talking right now. Let me call you back. It makes sense now. It don't gotta be just the physical to cheat, babe. If you are confiding in somebody else, if you are touchy-feely, kissy-huggy, intimate, if y'all sitting there texting and talking on the phone, doing all this rah-rah, and it ain't your girlfriend, bro, that's cheating. That's cheating. So I roll over and I wake him up. Yo, get up. And I show him the phone and I show him the messages. And I'm like, what is this, bro? Like, why are you sitting here entertaining females? And he's groggy. He's trying to get up. He's trying to wake up. He sees what I'm talking about finally, and he doesn't give me an answer. He don't talk. He don't open his mouth. At this point, I'm bawling my eyes out. I can't keep it together because I love this man. I thought that was a good man, Savannah. The whole time I went up that mountain to save my relationship, and he was talking to old girl that he claimed he had no clue who that was. And I don't care how long ago it was. These messages were from back in August. I found them in December. I don't care. If we were together at this point in time and you did what you did while we were together during that period, you cheated, babe. I don't care. So I roll him over, show him the messages. He has nothing to say to me. I'm crying my eyes out. I just simply put on my clothes, put on my shoes, and I'm out the door. And mind you, it is freezing in Houston. It's the morning time. So I walk to his little neighborhood park and I'm bawling my eyes out outside. I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here like, who can I call? Who can I call? And so the person I decided to call was my mom. I'm on the phone with my mom, bawling like, Mom, this is what happened. I found the messages. I looked at his phone. He was entertaining some other girl. And she was just like, get a ticket now. Let's go. Come to Jacksonville. Like, my mom was so ready to get me up and out of there that day. Like, within 3 hours, like, of me calling her. So when I would have hung up that phone, 3 hours, I would have been in Jacksonville. She was not playing. She wanted me to get there so bad, and I love my mom down. And so I'm sitting there outside in the freezing cold, and I'm just like, Mom, I want to hear him out. I want to hear what he has to say. Like, he hasn't said anything yet. He won't talk to me about it, blah, 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 blah. Do y'all see the delusion? And so I told her that I was going to stay. I was going to hear him out. And that's what I did. After spending like 2 hours outside bawling my eyes out, my eyes are puffy. I go to open the door is locked. Cool. So now I gotta knock on the door, hoping he answers the house door. His mom opens the door. And I don't wanna show them that I'm crying. Like, I don't wanna show them there's a problem between me and their son right now, because it's just extra drama having to explain that whole situation to them. So I just head down and I was like, oh, thank you. Like, thank you for letting me back in the house. And I beeline straight to his room, not playing. And I remember opening the door and he's in bed on his phone. On his phone. The same phone I found those messages. He's just simply casually scrolling on his phone. That made me feel like crap. Because not only did you not check up on me when I left your house crying in the cold for hours, I was gone. You did not text me to check up on me, see where I was at. You just scrolling on your phone. And so I walk through the door, quiet, and I sit and I'm talking. And I'm like, so you have nothing to say? Like, you don't want to talk about it? And we're going back and forth for like another 2 hours. This man has not tried to even state his case on why he did what he did. He said nothing. He was like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. So I go back outside and I'm on the phone with my mom and I'm just sitting like, Mom, book the ticket. Bawling my eyes out, mind you, because this is the man I've been with for 2+ years and you're telling me you don't want to come clean, like you don't want to fight for this relationship. Anything you have to say right now, say it right now, because I'm leaving. And so she books my ticket to Jacksonville. And then I just simply go back in the house and I start packing. And I should have stood on business and I should have left. But when he saw me packing those bags was when he finally wanted to talk about it. But I also remember he was mad at me for finding what I found and wanting to leave. I remember him saying that if I left, that would have been it for our relationship. Like, he would have took me to the airport, made sure I got back safe, and to never talk to him again, never contact him again. Huh? The nerve of that man to sit there and say he wanted nothing to do with me because of what I found on his phone. But my backbone was so weak and I did not stand on business at all. And so I made the decision to cancel my ticket. And once I canceled my ticket was when he started telling me the whole rundown. Yes, I lied about knowing her. And I proceeded to ask him, like, have y'all ever met up? Like, have y'all ever had sex? And so he says, no, they never had sex, but I don't know. Something's telling me, I call that bull crap. But he proceeded to say he wanted nothing to do with her. They haven't texted in months. And though that might have been the case, that still doesn't justify what you did. Like, nothing's going to justify what you did. But I also feel like I wasn't asking enough questions or the right questions. Like, okay, so what were you doing talking to her on the phone? Why were you calling her and talking to her on the phone? Why would you lie and say it's your cousin? Things like that. Like why would you plan to take her to a Rod Wave concert? He said he wasn't going to take her. Babe, you wanted her to come to Houston and you had made plans to go see Rod Wave with her in Houston. Now you're telling me you didn't want to see her? Or those plans weren't real, those were fake plans? And so after all that conversation, I'm bawling my eyes out. Like, I'm still hurt. Like, I'm so hurt. Like, I never in a million years would I thought he would have done that to me. Like, it never gave cheating until now. And mind you, it's Christmas. Like, I plan to spend Christmas with you and just have a relaxing, wholehearted time with you. I loved being in your space. Like, you were my man. You were my husband. So I thought it was just a rough day. Like, by the time we got done with that conversation, my head was pounding so bad that all I could do was just shut my mouth and go to sleep. We get done with the conversation and I remember, oh, it made me so sick to my stomach because I decided to stay. Remember, I decided to stay and we worked it out. We talked about it. We get done with that conversation. He just looks at me, unfolds his blanket, tells me to lay in bed. He just said it as if we didn't have the conversation we had. I didn't just see what you had in your phone with another female. But what did I do? I got in bed and I laid down. And I regret canceling my flight home because that just showed him that he could do whatever he wanted. He was good to do whatever he wanted and he knew that I would always be there. And I remember that day I just felt so powerless and I felt so weak. And I had no one to blame but myself because I let that stuff happen. I don't mean I let him cheat on me, but I let whatever transpired after that happen. And I remember out of love that I had for him, I still, like, it might have not have been the best, but I still went out and thought of him and got him small stuff here and there for Christmas. And he got me nothing. But you live and you learn, and minor setbacks make for great comebacks. So, but yeah, you guys, that is the story time of how I got cheated on during Christmas. The video of where I have been is gonna come out soon. I just don't know when because I'm still trying to juggle this, getting back into the swing of stuff. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, leave a heart on my video, and follow my socials so I know it's real. And until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.